So for our children's message this morning, I have a kind of big rock. Some of you may have some big rocks around your house. This is a big rock we have around the church. And there was a big rock in today's gospel reading. There was a big rock that covered the tomb where Jesus' body lay. A tomb in those days was kind of like a cave. And there was a great big huge rock, so big that it was a lot bigger than this. I couldn't lift it. I couldn't move it. In fact, many of the stories that we read about the women going to the tomb, they said, you know, the rock is so big, it's so heavy, we can't move it by ourselves. We're going to have to get some help. But in today's story, God gave them some help. God sent the angel down, and the angel took the stone and he rolled it away. And he moved the tomb so that they could see that Jesus had been raised from the dead and that he was alive and he wasn't dead anymore. And there's a lot of things that we can learn from that story, but one of them is that when things seem really hard and too heavy for us, just like a rock can get too heavy, God is always there helping us. God always notices when things are too heavy. And that's happening in our lives right now. We have a lot of things going on that they seem hard. You know, it's hard to be in school when you're trying to do it over the video. It's hard to have to stay in and not go out and play with your friends. It's hard and it's heavy to have to do the same thing over and over day after day. And God notices all those things in our lives. And God gives us help. Sometimes the help that you have comes from a teacher who explains something to you over the video. Sometimes the help comes from your parents who give you a hand when things are feeling hard. Sometimes the help comes from you when you help somebody else. Those are all ways that God helps us when things feel heavy for us. So no matter how heavy things feel, no matter how big the problem is, God always notices and God always helps us. That's a really important thing to remember on this day. So let's say a prayer. Dear God, thank you for helping us. Thank you for helping us, especially when things are heavy. Especially when things are heavy. Help us to remember that you're always there, and help us to be instruments, of your help in the lives of others.